Hey, so raise your hand if you've been waiting on our Liquid Touch foundation. Me too. I've had so many of you message me about wanting to try our liquid foundation, but it never being in stock. It's a super popular product, so it's only available in a collection right now. But that doesn't mean that you cannot have awesome coverage. While I talk, I'm going to put on our primer. This is our Glorious Face Primer. It feels amazing. It's silicone based. It's going to make your foundation last all day. It's going to fill in your fine lines so that your foundation can sit on top of your primer instead of inside your lines. So, I've had several of you ask me, wait, you put on your concealer after you do foundation? Yes, I do. It's a little bit harder to tell when I'm further away, but you see these dark circles, and then I have this vein that runs underneath my eye on this side, and then dark circles on this side. If I do a concealer that is a shade lighter than my foundation, it is going to not only conceal the stuff that I want to hide, but it's going to highlight this area. I cannot stress this enough. Sorry, there's a wasp on my window, but it's outside. Freaking out a little. So if you have, I'm going to show you a technique today. If you have dry skin, then you're going to want to do this the way that I do it. If you have oily skin, you can put on your primer, and then you can go back in with our pressed powder and do a layer of pressed powder before you do what I'm about to show you. That's going to create a barrier that's going to pull away any moisture, and it's going to keep your foundation looking matte and powdery. Now, if you prefer a dewy look, or if you have drier skin, or both, then you need to do it the way that I'm doing it today. So you saw me put my foundation on, or you saw me put my primer on. And so I'm just going to go in with our BB cream. This is in Bisque. And our foundation brush. Nope, just kidding. I'm going to do it on my hand first. And I'm going to put a little bit here on my hand. And then I'm going to go in with our cream concealer. Put on here. I'm in between colors right now. So I'm also going to do, that was in Scarlet. I'm also going to do just a tiny bit of taffeta to darken it up a little bit. So, if you have blemishes, then you can cover those certainly up with concealer that's the same shade that your skin is, so that that's not gonna stand out. But if you are just going in to highlight after you're done, then you're going to want to do that with a shade lighter, and you're going to want to do it after your foundation. You see this already? This coverage that I'm getting? I'll show you up close in a few minutes. That's just with our BB cream, which is our moisturizer, that's going to help to even out your skin tone in itself. But when you add that concealer in there, it's going to really switch it up to full coverage. If I have blemishes that I want to cover with this, I just go back in and pat it in a little bit. My husband prefers that I not wear a lot of foundation or a lot of makeup, so this is what I did yesterday when I was with him, so I didn't feel like, you know, a corpse. Still had some good coverage. It was full coverage, but it wasn't overwhelming. so I didn't go back in and highlight with him. But do you see how much coverage I've gotten already just by blending it in with the BB cream and the cream concealer together? So if I wanted to go in and highlight the area, which I always do because that's my personal preference, then I'm going to go back in with that concealer that's a shade lighter. I'm going to do it right here on my finger. Gonna push my fingers together. And I go in with my finger because I feel like if I use a brush, then I'm just rubbing off the product or smearing the product, not doing as well with it. I also pat this in. Don't rub it with my finger. Don't do just underneath your eyes. Then you're going to look like Donald Trump. You're going to look like you've worn goggles in the tanning bed. Sunglasses outside. Do you see how much this area has highlighted and brightened since I added that concealer in that's a little bit lighter? I'll do the same thing on this side. Harder to do with my left hand. I'll go back in with my other finger. And just brighten up my under eye area. Now if I have any left over, or if I want to do a full highlighting face, see that? Then I'll go down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, a little on my chin, a little on my forehead, and blend that out. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.